The next item is concerning the frequency of South Area Committee meetings, because there's recently been agreed in full council changes to the way that the meetings are run, and this is the last South Area Committee where there will be planning applications considered here, because they'll be moving to a full planning committee in the centre of the Guildhall. And the agreement was that the members of the committee could consider whether they wish to retain the current timing of the South Area committees, or if they wish to alter it, because the wording of the resolution was that the frequency is altered from the current every 8 weeks, which is the schedule that we have at the moment for the South Area Committee, to at least 4 times a year, commencing from October. So that item is now open to discussion between members, so that we can consider how we want to schedule the meetings for the South Area Committees for the future. So if I could ask members if they would like to comment on this item. Councillor Dryden.
The dates on the agenda, are they the dates that have been recommended?
As I understand it, these are the current dates on the current schedule, which is every 8 weeks. Yeah. But we're at liberty to either choose to stick to these dates or to alter the programming, as long as there's not a period of, it has to be a reasonable period in between. So either we stick to that, or we can alter it to 4 times a year should we wish to do so, but it's up to members to now discuss this item and agree the way forward. Councillor Pippers.
These dates seem to be very reasonable to me. We have already planned our lives around those dates and our holidays and our jobs, and I don't see a reason why we should change them this year. If we're going to do anything, we'll to change it the following year rather than this year, and I suggest that we just keep it as it is. Plus it gives us an opportunity to come here and meet the people and hear their concerns, and if we come 4 times a year, the less time we come here, the less we hear about the people, and the less we are aware of all the problems. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Thank you, Councillor Pippers. Has somebody else got any? Councillor Taylor.
Thank you, Chair. I think we need to bear in mind that 4 times a year does allow for 2 police priority setting meetings, and noticed over the 10 years that we've had area committees, the agendas usually are pretty full. I think tonight's a bit of an exception, and I'd like to thank the public for making a bit more of a meeting of it for us, because we've had a very good open forum. But I think we could allow more time for some of the important items that do come up, such as the Section 106 transport money and the grants, and the policing items, as well as the other items that come to us. If we haven't got the planning, we should use that opportunity. So I support sticking with the 4 meetings.
Sticking with the current schedule?
Yes.
Yes, okay, thank you, Councillor Taylor. Sorry, Councillor Black.
Yes, I mean, the implication of the 4 dates here is that we would have 6 meetings in this municipal year, I think. I see no reason why we should reduce the number of meetings. The open forum is a useful opportunity, as has been said, and I think there's no lack of subjects which interest the public and which this committee could spend its time discussing. We do make important decisions about certain spending priorities. We have the police report, but also some of the most successful meetings we've had has been when there's been a local issue of topical interest and we've actually been able to give some time to talking about it. So I would certainly support holding to the already scheduled meetings, and to be honest, I wouldn't personally want to reduce it next year either.
Any further comments? Councillor Moore.
Thank you. We don't know what the effects of these changes are going to be with the planning becoming central. So now isn't the time to change it. Let's wait until we get through this year and see how successfully we can change the balance of the meetings. And if we don't get the work through the committee, then we might consider reducing, but not until that point.
Thank you, Councillor Moore. I think my own contribution is exactly that, actually, that if we stick to the current programmes and reassess it perhaps at the end of the period of time, we can see how it's worked in practice, and maybe reassess with that knowledge. Is there any further comments, Councillor Ashton?
Yeah, I mean, the area committees have been scheduled around planning because planning was the main thing, and the planning was scheduled around the 8-week cycle. So the good thing is we won't be tied to that planning dogma. And as people have pointed out now, these committees should be where the public come along and have a chance to talk to us. And it's been in a sense a disgrace in the past that we've said you have 30 minutes in the open forum because it's 30 minutes because we've got to cram everything else in. So we've had occasions since I've been a councillor where we've had to stop the open forum where we want people to engage with us, and then when they want to engage we've had to say sorry, your time's up because we've got to do the planning. So we will have this opportunity now to try and be more engaged with the public, to bring more items from central to the committees as well. So yeah, I would say stick with what we've got, but we need to review it going forward because I think most people realise, you can have meetings just for meeting's sake. So we have to be clear what we're doing at these meetings, what we're trying to tackle. So I think we need to say once we've got this cycle sorted out that we're not meeting to fulfil the planning obligations, then what is the best way going forward? So we say carry on with what we've got, but then review in the new year how we take it forward and what we bring.
Thank you, Councillor Ashton. Councillor Dryden?
Yeah, just a comment, that's also where I've been around other parts of the country where they have similar these meetings. One thing they do some council, they have an informal bit of time where in an interval have a longer time where members of the public can talk to different councillors informally, not publicly, which I've been to witness one or two of them and they go down pretty well.
Thank you, Councillor Dryden. I can imagine that being successful actually. So can we move to a vote?
Can I ask, as a member of the public, how much each meeting costs the taxpayer, if you have an estimate for that?
I'm not entirely sure actually, because is the committee manager able to make a comment on that?
Several £100s per meeting, I would suggest, about 400 to 600. It depends a bit on the venue and PA costs, so it varies a little bit. It can be more specific than that.
Okay, thank you.
And of course that would have been budgeted for this year. Councillor Dryden?
Yeah, that was discussed at the meeting, at full council, wasn't it, about the savings if we go down to 4 a year instead of 6. That was one of the reasons for it, if we do. But I still agree that we should carry on to what we got here to March, because I think most have got it in our diaries and we can do that now, so look at it again after the March meeting.
Well, that's my suggestion, that we vote now on keeping the current scheduled dates and reassess on during the 30th of March meeting 2015 to see how it's gone. So, yeah, is everybody agreed on that? If we could all just take a vote that we're in favour of that.